For over 20 years, Grizzly Excavating has been the Okanagan's trusted choice for civil construction, excavation, trucking, and aggregate supply. From site prep to hydro excavation, Grizzly does the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Proud sponsor of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic, Grizzly Excavating, services you can trust. Visit grizzlyx.com.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Penticton Curling Club and the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. We're here today to bring the final of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. Welcome. My name is Kelly Muscoe and I'm joined today by Blaine Black, and we're looking forward, Blaine, to an exciting final of this event. These are two teams that have played each other previously. We covered the game yesterday morning, I guess it was, Blaine. It was a close game, tied up after three. They had three consecutive blank ends, and then in the fourth, Team Carruthers, skipped by BJ Neufeld this weekend, cracked a four, and it was an uphill battle for Team Van Amsterdam after that. So I'm looking forward to this game. We're getting started with BJ Neufeld having hammer in the first end, and that's a result of them having a perfect 5-0 record coming into this event. The only defeat that Van Amsterdam had was the one against BJ Neufeld. So should be an exciting game this afternoon, Blaine.
Lots on the table for these guys. Got a total purse in this event of $100,000. But this game here is difference between first place being $25,000 and second place being $18,000. So lots on the line for these guys.
Yeah, that's for sure, Blaine. Very nice payday for both these teams, but obviously only one will take home that first place prize of $25,000. Game starting off similar to what it did yesterday between these two teams. Fairly conservative, rocks thrown in the house, and they're just going to feel each other out here probably for the first end or two until they get comfortable. Both teams are just coming off the ice. They came off their semifinal wins. Team Carruthers / BJ Neufeld defeated Kevin Cooey in the semifinal. And in the other semifinal is Evan Van Amsterdam defeating Maeda out of Japan. So looking forward to this battle. Maybe I'll just let you know the players for each team. On Team Carruthers, as I mentioned, skipped by BJ Neufeld this weekend as Reid Carruthers is down in Lake Tahoe. He is coaching Kerry Einerson's team, so is not with them this weekend. So they have BJ Neufeld moved up to skip the team. Catlin Schneider, who typically plays second on the team, he's moved up and he's playing third. And they brought in Kyle Doring, an experienced curler out of Manitoba also, and he is playing second for them this weekend. And then Connor Nevigan is their regular lead, and he's playing lead. As for Team Van Amsterdam, we have skip Evan Van Amsterdam, playing third, Jeremy Hardy, playing second, Jason Ginter, and the lead is Parker Konshu.
Pretty clean end so far.
Yeah, very clean. Looks like they're just going to run them up and down this end. Should mention, I guess, for those that aren't familiar with these teams, the Van Amsterdam team is playing out of Alberta, Edmonton. They play out of the Garrison, Thistle, and Saville Curling Club in Edmonton. And Team Carruthers, BJ Neufeld skipping, they play out of the Granite Curling Club in Winnipeg, Manitoba. Just throwing that nice controlled weight. I think BJ, he would be happy being this an odd end. He'd be happy with a blank this end, and that looks like the way he's playing it. I think in an ideal situation, if you have hammer, scoring on the even ends is ideal. So I think you'll see BJ probably throw next end. He'll probably be a bit more aggressive, although we thought that last game, Blaine, and BJ wasn't that aggressive in the second or third. They just continued to run them up and down.
Yeah, it wasn't until the fourth until they got any rocks in play.
Yeah, exactly right.
I'm sure we'll see something very similar. Maybe Amsterdam might be a little bit more aggressive early.
Right. Now, Blaine, I believe if my memory serves me correctly, this is the same sheet these two teams played on yesterday. Is that correct?
Queen.
Was it sheet C? Yeah, it was sheet C. Yes, it was.
Yeah, I think it was.
Good.
Maybe I'll just touch on, just as this end is fairly straightforward. The teams that made, there was 8 teams that made the playoffs. There was Team Carruthers, and then they played Team Stalker from Switzerland. Team De Jong from BC played Team Cooey. And then Team Bryce from Scotland played Van Amsterdam, and then Team Howard of Ontario, Scott Howard, played Maeda out of Japan. And the winners of those were quarterfinals were Carruthers, Cooey, Van Amsterdam, and Maeda. So they've had quite a bit of curling. They played that quarterfinal last night at 7 o'clock, and then they played the semifinals this morning at 8:30 Pacific time, and then we're on here now at noon Pacific time with the final. So it's been quite a bit of curling over the last roughly 18 hours, but these guys are all well-conditioned athletes. They're used to playing a lot of games, so I don't think you'll see fatigue creep in on them at all. They hit and rolled out there, and BJ and Mrs. Catlin Schneider will be just throwing the intern draw, and they'll just try to get this anywhere in the house, and that'll allow Van Amsterdam team just to remove it, and that'll continue on here for the next few ends. I want to mention the game sponsors for this game is Nufloors Penticton and also Canadian Tire. Thanks to the sponsors, all the sponsors of this event. Without sponsors, this type of event wouldn't happen. So thank you very much to Nufloors and Canadian Tire. Blaine, Catlin Schneider threw that intern draw, and I'm not sure if in the practice session prior to the game if they were throwing draws or if he just got a little bit fooled there. But
they were throwing draws, so just a little heavy there, or maybe it's just quickened up a little faster than they expected. But
yeah,
typically the games, the draw weight's been around 14.5 to 15 second hog to hog.
Yeah. And we'll keep an eye on the hog-to-hog times, and I'll try to communicate those throughout the game. The game we televised yesterday between these two teams, it only went 6 ends, and so we didn't see if late in the game it was starting to flatten in the slide path at all. So we'll keep an eye on that. Sometimes these sweepers are such powerful sweepers, and with the aggressive fabrics on these brooms, it can start to knock down the pebble in the slide path in the center. Sort of that 4-foot area, and that's sometimes where you'll hear the words, some people say it fudged a bit, and what they're talking about is it hits sort of a flat spot and sort of just dies on them or takes off on them. So we'll keep an eye on that.
Normally, too, you've got 6 sheets of ice going at one time, and as people exit the ice, it tends to change the temperature inside, and being that they're the only two teams out on the ice, they're not going to have to worry about that.
No, that's
change
right,
in
Blaine.
Temperature.
Yeah. One thing that we've been fortunate at we're in the South Okanagan Valley here in Penticton, and I know this year it's been dry the whole weekend, so there hasn't been any humidity issues. And sometimes if there's a lot of humidity, you'll get frost, and in particular on the outer parts of the sheets where there's not a lot of traffic. But we haven't had any rain here the last few days, so it's been pretty dry, and I'm just looking at the sheet. You see a little bit of frost out there, but nothing that I don't think it'll affect the game or the curlers at all. So Evan Van Amsterdam just throwing that intern hit and replacing that rock.
Yeah, in that game that they played yesterday, we noticed that they, when they had half shots, it was normally on the broom side that they weren't getting the curl that they thought were expected.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see if there's a little bit more curl today.
Yeah, you're right, Blaine. Yesterday, I would say 90% of the misses, or maybe even higher than that, were on the broom side. And the skips were just having a hard time adjusting to, and I don't know if it was just that one game or they were just fooled by it was a bit straighter yesterday. So we'll keep a closer eye on that today. That rock that just Evan Van Amsterdam threw, and he had plenty of rotation. It was a really positive throw and still came up at the end. There's BJ Neufeld throwing out-turn peel, and he'll just try and peel this one out, and so they can retain last rock in the second end. So we have a blank end in the first end, so after one end is a 0-0 score, and we'll take a quick break for sponsor commercial.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome back to the 2025 Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. We're here at the Penticton Curling Club for the final of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. Welcome. My name's Kelly Muscoi. I'm joined by Blaine Black, and we're into the second end, and the first rock was just thrown by the Van Amsterdam lead Parker Conshu. Evan Van Amsterdam asked for that rock top four, and that's exactly where Parker put that rock. Now we're gonna see the Carruthers team being a bit more aggressive this end. They're gonna throw up the corner guard. It's sort of what we suspected, Blaine. We thought that first end might be a bit of a feeling out end, and they were gonna be a little bit more aggressive.
And that's gonna slide into the house.
Yeah, that's not what they called for. And,
nope.
And the Van Amsterdam lead Parker Conshu will. They'll play the in-turn hit on this. Be a nice controlled weight.
Whoa, curl.
Very positive throws. Both these teams really positive on their releases.
Keep curling.
They're trying to knife that over.
Good. Okay.
And it was the exact result that Evan had asked for. Should mention the World Curling Team rankings for these two teams. Team Carruthers is ranked 22nd in the world, and Team Van Amsterdam is ranked 38th in the world.
Speaking of rankings, we got Dunstone and Mowat playing in the Grand Slam, who are number 1 and 2 ranked.
Yeah, that's exactly
in
right.
the world. So.
And for those that aren't familiar with the difference between Grand Slam and that, and typically the Grand Slam is usually roughly the top 15, 16 teams in the world, and if some of them can't attend, they might go deeper down. So these teams are just these two teams that are out here right now are just outside of that. Like Carruthers, as I mentioned, is 22nd, so just outside of that, being able to qualify to play in the Grand Slams.
Normally, this is the 9th annual of the Nufloors, and normally we would see a lot of those teams that are at the Grand Slam here at this event. And matter of fact, Jacobs won the Slam won the Penticton Nufloors last year.
Yes,
but he wasn't available to be here, along with likes of Dean and Dunstone. Lots of those good teams that would normally be here aren't here this year because of that Grand Slam.
You like the end?
Yeah, Evan Van Amsterdam just asked for the in-turn guard. They were trying to guard that rock in the top four, and Jason Ginter threw the in-turn and just slid into the ring. So this is going to give the BJ Neufeld team and their second Kyle Doring a chance to make the double, and may lead us back, Blaine, to a repeat of second end yesterday, when we have another blank in the second end.
We are playing a 5-rock free guard zone and the no-tick center line.
Curl.
Mm-hmm.
Curl. Curl. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Very close. Good shot by Kyle Doring. Makes that double and rolls over to the outside of the 12-foot.
These guys certainly have the ability to throw that up weight
Absolutely.
with accuracy.
Whoa, curl.
Yeah.
The ability to throw the weight, Blaine, and it's also like great sweeping and technically and just knowing how to make that rock curl, how to hold it straight.
Couldn't quite get that one to curl enough to. He was trying to carve it over to hit it on the nose, but rolled out. So yeah, I think looking more and more like a blank
Be
here.
careful with that.
Yeah, but BJ's calling the corner guard now.
Yeah.
So he's going on the offensive here. He could just easily say, you know what, let's just keep throwing in the rings and we'll go for another blank and see what happens next end. But they're going to throw the out-turn corner guard. He's asked Kyle Doring for that. So
Line's good.
we've noticed on the draws so far, typically if people are missing, they're missing a little bit heavy. So I think it's a little bit maybe faster than what they were expecting.
Yeah, line's really good.
We'll try and get some times here.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah,
This one here
little
looks
distance.
exactly what
Little distance.
BJ was asking for.
Yep. Shot.
And he got the corner guard nice and wide. Exactly where he wanted it.
Evan doesn't want any part of that.
No.
He'll peel that out.
Yeah. So Evan had sort of had three options there. It was either peel the guard, and then it's probably going to end up a blank, or he could just throw a center guard and say, I'm going to be really aggressive, or if he wanted, he could just try and go around that corner and get partially tucked around there and take that corner guard away from him, but he elected for the peel. Not saying any shot is right or wrong. It's whatever you're feeling at that time. And it looks like Evan right now is just will be content with a blank end and take his chances in three. Caitlin Schneider, 34 years old, from, I believe, I want to say Emerald Park, Saskatchewan. I'm not sure where exactly where Caitlin's living right now, but he is in Saskatchewan in the Regina vicinity. He's raised just outside Regina in the Emerald Park, White City area.
15-7.
And speaking of Saskatchewan, unfortunately, I'm sitting beside a guy here with a Saskatchewan jersey all over him, and proud as punch. It was Saskatchewan beating BC in the CFL Western Final yesterday.
Yeah, I said to Blaine this morning, I said, that wasn't even that close. It wasn't.
Yep.
It was a great game, great finish. We had some company over at our place, and all big Rider fans, so they're all people from Saskatchewan came over to our place. So it was a lot of fun. We really enjoyed the game and looking forward to the Grey Cup next weekend in Winnipeg.
Go normal.
Well, we live in the same neighborhood, and I heard the noises down the street. I know.
Yep.
Caitlin Schneider throwing the intern hit, and they're just going to try to remove the Van Amsterdam red rock. Sit there. Blaine, it seems to me that they're a bit more comfortable with the ice this game than they were yesterday. I'm not seeing yesterday. We seen a number of an attempt like Caitlin just made there where they were hit half shots and they were rolling out. Yeah,
they're just throwing nice control weights here. 10 and a half second hits, and bring the sweepers into play. They can carve it or hold it.
Yeah, Evan Van Amsterdam throwing the intern. I don't know what they call this weight, and every team has a different language for their different weights. I would call that like a control hit weight.
Control.
And just hearing BJ there, then that's what they call it. They call it a control. And as Blaine mentioned, it's probably right around that 10 and a half second
Moves pretty good.
hog to hog time. Blaine, I notice BJ in the arena set, or pardon me, in the rink setting here, it's not quite as warm as an arena, and he's got his hood up, and I notice Kevin Kuya the same
He's
thing.
pretty bundled up.
Yeah, bundled up. And I guess those skips just don't sweep enough. They don't get warmed up, Blaine.
Yeah, I hear you.
So BJ Neufeld throwing the intern control weight.
Curl bit. Hard con. Hard con. Right to it, right to it.
So just what we said, Blaine, that was a 10.40. So just 10.5 seconds hog is what they're trying to throw for their control weight. Probably they're
I'll throw the same weight.
probably when they're throwing
the ice
their normal, it'll be that 9.5. Usually a second to a second half different. Every team is a bit different. The key is to be consistent. If you're throwing 10.5, you want all your players throwing the 10.5. Just makes it a lot easier for the skip to call the line and where to put the broom down. If you're throwing 10.5 for control one time, the next time you throw 11, and next time you throw 9 and 9.5, makes it pretty tough for the skip.
Yeah. In turn, like there.
It's another blank attempt by BJ Neufeld.
Roughly fine. Yeah.
This one will be a lot more than control. This would be what he calls probably his normal or his peel weight. I'll try just hit any piece of that red rock, remove it from play, roll out, and blank the end.
This is not a timed event, so time is not an issue, but normally in a timed event, they would be building up, banking some time with these first two ends. But
Absolutely, yeah.
Do you have your laces? I have one. I think I'm good. That's right.
So we have a blank end in the second end, so after 2, there is no score, and we'll be right back.
I get in.
In again? In again? Yeah, don't touch it. Yeah.
give it. And we're back.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Penticton Curling Club and the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. We're just at the start of the third end. The first 2 ends, for those who are just joining us, were blanked. So Evan Van Amsterdam his team throwing up the first rock. They're
Hey, you can go, yep.
calling
Mine's
a
great.
center guard. BJ Neufeld started this game with hammer just based on his round robin record where he finished 5-0. Evan Van Amsterdam's team had 1 loss, and the only 1 loss they had, Blaine, they finished 4-1, and the only loss was to BJ Neufeld. So BJ just trying to get an end set up here. So far it's been a pretty conservative play. I think there was maybe in the first end very conservative. Second end they came into the rings when they were trying to throw a guard, which sort of let BJ off the hook. This one's way out there.
No, get it in the house. Get it in the house. Get it in the house.
Yeah, way out there. It's rare to see a miss by that much, and
It's on the T line, so nose is fine.
Yeah, and I just heard BJ say less ice, but I think, and I don't know if Connor was a little bit wide on that, and plus too much ice, a combination of the two.
Yes!
Well, and they didn't really touch that with the brooms either.
No.
To go T-line. So,
Hard!
No. Parker Conchu.
Hold it there, hard.
Got to go hard to hold this
Hard.
one.
Hold it there.
He's holding it good.
No roll, no roll. Watch it.
Still had a little
What?
finish at the end.
Well, we gotta watch it. I said watch it. 10-5. Skip 2.
And you heard them say 10-5, so that was a 10.5 second hog tog. So they're both teams are trying to throw about 10.5 second for what they call control weight. And I anticipate this will be a control weight hit here too by Connor Nevergan.
Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Clean. Yep.
Well, he's out there right now.
Yep.
Here it comes.
Yep. Good job.
Nice throw by Connor.
A little throw up under's good. Yeah. Yeah.
I thought we might see Van Amsterdam play a little more aggressive. The top of the house, maybe come around that,
Yeah.
try and get a few more
Yep.
rocks in play, and try and
Yes.
get a force for
Gotta go.
the third end. You you always want to try and have the hammer coming home.
No, you're right, Blaine. I thought they might just ignore that blue rock and just play the out turn around the guard. And he is going to hang on.
You're warm now.
So BJ's contemplating hitting that one, or he's looking at the top one also.
Go
maybe.
like this, or do you like trying to go here?
Yeah. Looks like they've decided to. Got some input from the other three players, and they're just going to go with a hit. Now the risk here is when that rock is way back like that, it's hard to stick around. So if they happen to roll out here, then all of a sudden Amsterdam is on the aggressive versus BJ Neufeld and his team being on the aggressive. So important for Kyle Doring here to hit and stick.
Queen. Whoa, whoa. Whoa. Queen. Yep.
Looks pretty good.
Really hard, Connor. Really hard, Connor. Watch the roll.
Our camera crew here at the Penticton Nufloors is doing a great job.
Absolutely, yeah. And just with you mentioning that, Blaine, you know, we always have to give a big shout out to all the volunteers it takes to put an event like this on. You know, we talk about all the curlers that come into town and play an event like this, but it takes more volunteers than it does curlers to put an event on. And if you don't have the volunteers, an event like this doesn't take place.
Clean.
And we've had a lot of feedback from the players this year and over the past years that this is such a good event for these guys to come. They get treated like royalty, great ice.
Yeah.
So they really enjoy coming here to the Penticton Nufloors.
Control.
Yeah, the 9th annual
Just an
Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic this year.
Not the carve, I guess.
Big shout out to Brad Wood and Annette Wood, owners of Nufloors, who put a lot of money and time and effort into making sure that this event is, a successful event and one to carry on.
And Brad actually played with in the event this year. He was playing with Jim Cotter. They didn't make the playoffs, but
they finished 3-2.
Yeah.
They needed a couple some help from a couple other teams that were 4-1. If they'd had some losses, there might have been a tiebreaker and got them a chance into the playoffs. But there was no tiebreakers this year, which I think is the first time in the 9-year history that there was no tiebreakers.
Yeah. So Kyle Doring hit and removed the Van Amsterdam rock, and they're just going to Van Amsterdam third. Jeremy Hardy is just going to throw the exact same shot and try to remove the blue. Got to really get this one to move, even just to. Yeah, he's going to get rid of it, but he is going to roll out. This will be decision time for BJ Neufeld, and it looks like they're just going to peel, and they'll be content with a blank end again.
Very similar to yesterday.
Yes, very similar.
It was good. Yeah, it was way back.
Okay, good communication by Evan Van Amsterdam, just to say, you know, he just threw it way back. It just wasn't Jeremy's A+ throw.
Check out.
And intern peel.
On tight?
Yeah, so Van Amsterdam making a decision here just to play the tight guard, and there's two thoughts there. You know, go in and just say, hey, let's. It's going to be a blank end. We'll just go in. The other one is throw the guard and hope either they miss, so that they totally miss it, they hit it on the nose, or that BJ has the option too to be on the aggressive side and try to come in around the guard. So I suspect BJ, just given the what he did last shot, he'll probably just do the same. He's just going to peel this off.
Content with a blank.
16-2.
Yeah.
And like we say, very similar to yesterday's game. There was 3 consecutive blanks. BJ had hammer yesterday to start with as well. And then in the fourth end, BJ got a 4-ender.
Yeah, exactly.
Put him up 4-0 and control that game. So maybe he's looking for something very similar.
Yeah, so BJ could have asked Catlin here just to throw a control weight and just try to hit and roll over and be in the rings, but I don't think he wanted to take the risk of just hitting it right on the nose, because if he hits on the nose, he's just going to be outside the rings, which will allow Van Amsterdam to go around. So he just elected just to play this straight peel, which Catlin executed perfectly. Oh, yeah, I know I mentioned this yesterday, Blaine, on the when we did their exact same two teams game. You know, age of the players, you know, they're all basically, you know, roughly in that same age bracket, you know, that 27 to 34, you know, with the exception of BJ. BJ's the most experienced out here, being 47 years old. And BJ's got a ton of experience playing so many years with Mike McEwing, winning numerous Grand Slams, and then moving on to play with Kevin Cooey and win the Brier and going to the Worlds, and then back playing back in Manitoba with Matt Dunstone for a few years, and then now playing third for Reid Carruthers. So his skipping resume isn't long. It's primarily he played third, but he's so knowledgeable about the game, and I believe he did some skipping back in juniors. So I think there is some skipping, but it's been a number of years since he's spent a lot of time at behind the tee line and skipping.
Well, clearly he's very capable. We had a pretty good field here, and you know, they come out on top here right now.
Reminds me a bit of a few years ago, Blaine. We had the team Glenn Howard, and Glenn Howard went down with an injury to his knee. And Scott, who again didn't at that time have a lot of skipping experience, took over skipping, and they ended up winning the event.
Yeah, and then he came back last year as a skip and lost the final to Jacobs.
That's right. Yeah.
You know, Scott made the playoffs this year as well. Bowed out the first round in the quarterfinals to Maeda.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and I think if I remember right, Blaine, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe when Scott won it a couple years ago, I think when Glenn went down, did they complete the rest of the event with 3 players?
They did, and I think Glenn went down after the first game or during the first game. So they played just about the entire spiel with 3, and that's tough to do. We've seen that done with the likes of Gushu, and there was another at a Brier here just recently. There was a team that finished that played with 3.
Right. I think nowadays understanding sweeping and understanding how you can keep a rock straight or carve it, and the players nowadays are. It's not like 25 years ago, or you know, a player would say, "Oh, I can only sweep on the left side, or I can only sweep on the right side." These guys can pivot and go back and forth, so they can manipulate rocks both ways. So it's pretty easy for them now. It's a lot easier to play with 3. So BJ Neufeld just blanked the third end. So after 3, we have a 0-0 score, and we'll be right back.
For over 20 years, Grizzly Excavating has been the Okanagan's trusted choice for civil construction, excavation, trucking, and aggregate supply. From site prep to hydro excavation, Grizzly does the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Proud sponsor of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic, Grizzly Excavating, services you can trust. Visit grizzlyx.com.
Welcome back to the championship final of the 2025 Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. I'm Kelly Muscoy. I'm joined today by Blaine Black, and we're bringing you the game between Evan Van Amsterdam of Edmonton, Alberta versus BJ Neufeld of Winnipeg, Manitoba. As I mentioned earlier in the broadcast, BJ Neufeld is skipping Team Carruthers
Looks pretty
rank,
heavy.
with Reid Carruthers being down in Lake Tahoe, skipping the coaching the Kerry Einerson team. I hope he's not
A little
skipping.
bit versatile to make it curl a bit.
And they brought along Kyle Doring, a well-known player
throw.
in Winnipeg, and I believe he even played out of Edmonton for a few years, a great player, and he's playing second for them today, and they've had Catlin Schneider move up from his normal second position to third, and BJ Neufeld move up from third to skip, and Connor Nevigan is playing lead, which is his regular position on this team.
So Kelly's similar to yesterday's game. Fourth end starting off a little more aggressive there. You know, a center guard. Van Amsterdam throws a center guard, and BJ's throwing some corner guards here. And,
Yeah. Now they're attempting the outturn come around. Looks a bit heavy, Blaine.
Yeah.
It's
I
very
think
heavy.
this looks like it's going to slide through, but BJ will either throw in probably another corner guard the other side, or
Might just come right
Try and
around.
go
it.
here or
around,
just
yeah.
go here.
Yeah, let's talk about either going around the blue or going around the red. And they've elected to go around the corner guard.
a small hole to come through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this looks like minimum to me, but
We'll do our best throughout the broadcast, Dave,
Look
that
at
when the players are talking, we'll try to be as quiet as possible, because I know people at home like to hear what the players are saying, probably more so than what Blaine and I are saying. So, but we'll try and fill in the gaps and try to communicate as much information as we have available to us. I guess one piece of information I do have, Blaine, and I don't have it for both teams, but
okay, line's good.
each of the teams, they fill out profiles
Wait a
of sort
bit.
of about their team, and
Hard
just
line,
looking
yeah.
at the Evan Van Amsterdam.
Hard line.
They've played 24 games so
Gotta go
far
for
this year
line.
prior to this event, and they
Gotta go
were
for line.
16-8
Hard
coming into
line.
this event.
Hard line.
Pretty good record.
Hard line.
Yeah.
Whoa, goodbye.
Nice weight, nice shot.
Cut, Connor.
Be totally
Yeah.
buried.
15-5.
Good shot by Connor.
Yeah, 15-5.
Exactly what BJ had called. And the Van Amsterdam team is going to ignore that, and they're going to come straight around the center guard that they previously put up there. This is Jason Ginter, the second for Team Evan Van Amsterdam. Out-turn draw, trying to come right to the top four, fully buried behind that red center guard. Sweepers.
Cheers, rock. Oh, no, line's good.
Sweepers seem pretty happy with the weight, Blaine. They're
Still curl.
sort of a little bit on and off, a little bit of cleaning.
Oh. Oh. Doesn't need it.
Nice weight. Doesn't want to slide behind the tee line, no?
No. Yeah, it was a good shot. I think in an ideal world he would have liked to have been maybe a foot higher, but it's a good shot.
Yeah, with
by
throwing me
Jason.
in. Sure, yeah.
And BJ Neufeld is just going to ask. I didn't see there, Blaine. Is he asking for the run back or the straight PO at this point? I think it
No,
must.
I believe he's playing the run back double.
Whoa, whoa.
In turn, PO weight.
Curl.
Kyle, who can throw
Girl.
that weight effortlessly.
Okay.
And it's just going to be removal. I think the Evan Van Amsterdam.
Yeah?
I think he's concerned now. You go to throw up
Shade low.
that
Keep
center
straight here.
guard, and if you don't make it perfect, all of a sudden you're looking at giving up a deuce. So he's going to run
No,
back this
let's
blue
feel.
corner
Let's make
guard.
it.
Well, I'm sure Evan hasn't forgotten about what happened in the fourth end yesterday.
No,
so
I think you're right. They got a lot of rocks in play, and all of a sudden the four popped up on them pretty quick.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. No, not close.
Jason Ginter throwing the in-turn run back. Don't hit this too much on the outside.
that's a
Yeah,
mistake.
mistake. Yeah.
BJ will draw the other side, I would think.
Yeah, that or he
Well,
might,
either guard
he
or we
might
just
guard
go
it
here.
again. Yeah, those are the two
Yeah, try to
options.
work right to double. It's okay.
What do you guys like? Yeah, I'm good with that.
BJ asking for input from the other three players.
Mm-hmm.
Not always the skip's total decision. I guess he's got final decision, but
Yeah.
he likes the input from the other players.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, Blaine. Every team's a little bit different, the dynamics on their team. Some Some skips like a lot of input, some skips like
Okay,
very
line's a
little
little
input.
tight.
So it's all depends
Line's
on the
fine.
skip. Some
Line's
find
fine,
that if
even
too
them
much
up.
information is causes them
Good curl
issues
bit.
thinking about too many things. So everybody's a little bit
heavy.
different.
They'll be looking for this just in front of the tee line, so that they're bedpost dead across from each other, so there's no
And
double.
it
But
looks a bit heavy, which
Yeah.
is going to allow
Hey,
a.
Kyle.
Is going to hang around, I think.
No.
No, it went through. That was an error. And Kyle will not be happy with that. Blaine, I've noticed that in this game so far is any of the draw misses that we've seen have all been on the heavy side. I don't think I've seen anything where they've had to pound it all the way down and just to get it there. It's all been either just clean and it gets to where they want, or it's heavy.
yeah, I wonder if it maybe a little quicker today with nobody else out on the
Can't
ice.
set in that
Yeah,
spot at
could
all.
be. And that was, again, a half shot,
Sorry?
unforced error.
I got 9-4, but yeah, it's fine if you're just straight through at it, but
14-4-7.
that spot's so straight.
BJ is going to ask Catlin Schneider. They're going to play the intern draw, and at home you may not be able to see, but in behind the corner scoreboard there,
Line's good.
there is a
Line's good.
blue rock, the one that Kyle Doran threw,
Line's good.
Just
Bit of room.
just out of the ring.
just out of the ring. So they're
Line's
just going to
good.
try and freeze down to that.
Yeah, you got a bit of room. Line's really good. Go for depth.
They like the weight.
That's a 15:09.
Yeah, get the depth right.
They like the weight.
Hard con, hard con, hard con. Hard con. Nice throw, Cat.
Yeah, and a good throw by Catlin Schneider.
So I think BJ was saying he was relaying back to the last rock.
Catlin Schneider?
Catlin's rock that just went through the house, that it was a 14.75.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yes.
Oh, Kyle Doring, the one that Kyle.
Doran, yes,
Whoa.
sorry. Where that draw there was just a 15:09. So the 14.75 maybe is just through the house.
7-6.
Well, Blaine, we're not going to have a repeat of the fourth end yesterday, that's for sure.
Gonna give you a little left.
Not unless
Sorry.
something drastic. Well, no, there's only 3 rocks
Big,
left.
7-6.
And they're going to ask Catlin to basically replace the rock they just threw. I think they'll try to maybe get it another foot or 18 inches, probably
Yeah,
maybe just
same
freeze
line.
down to it, or close to freezing anyway.
Line's good. Kind of the same line.
Sweepers are on this one a bit more. I think it's a bit
Really
quieter.
good. Yeah.
BJ likes the line.
Okay. Just push the depth.
That's
as
a
much as you can.
15.78. So it's
Yep.
a little bit less.
Yeah, and that's going to stop up there.
Yep.
So that's really fast ice when you're getting 15, 7, 8, and the sweepers without going full on it can take it right to the tee line.
55.
A little bit faster than I think that some players like. Everybody's a little bit different. I think in that 14.5 is sort of a really nice weight
9-5.
for drawing.
Roll. Yeah. Roll
Where the
J,
sweeper's
so
going to be on and off.
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Yeah.
Even if you can't roll out, you still gotta make. Yeah. Anything but low.
Evan-
I was going to say both front ends are very well experienced sweepers and great judges.
Right. Yeah.
You know, if you need it on the button, these guys can put it there.
Evan Van Amsterdam throwing the out turn hit. Controlled weight.
Carl.
Looks a little bit heavier than what he was throwing control before. And they're getting fooled a bit again, similar to yesterday, Blaine, where they're quite a few hit and roll outs on the broom side.
Honestly, they make it really
Got
nice.
fooled
You
a
don't
little bit
know
there.
before.
And we noticed that when it was in the outer 12-foot or 8-foot, where it was running a little bit straighter outside in.
Not that bad.
That spot
if you
there
make
that
it so
Evan
good,
just
we got
rolled out
rid of
on,
it,
I
you
would
know,
say
that was
yesterday we seen 4 or 5 shots where they hit and rolled out in that exact same spot on the broom side. There was no over curling. So I think it's a really straight spot, and if you're in out at all on your release, probably a good chance it'll never come back. It's just gonna stay right there. So BJ's going to throw the in-turn draw. They're going to try to come down to that blue one just outside the 12-foot. BJ with the typical Manitoba tuck delivery. A little bit unique the way he throws it, though. He's got a very bent arm and gets his nose right behind the rock. But works for him.
You can go then. Mine's good.
It's not even like we're. That's kind of how we.
Very unique delivery.
And if you watched our first round, it looked exactly like this. We missed 2 runs.
That was a 15-2 Blaine, so this one should be
pretty close.
back behind the tee line.
Go, 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 go. Go, 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 go. Good speed, guys.
And a pretty good shot. I think in an ideal world, he would have liked to have it a foot or so deeper, but really good shot by BJ Nufeld.
Great speed.
So Evan Van Amsterdam will just try and hit this on the nose. Blaine, maybe these guys have a flight to catch. They want to finish this game pretty quick. It's up and down and up and down. It doesn't take long to play an end when there's blank after blank after blank. It makes it a pretty quick game.
I did hear one of the teams talking yesterday there that they had a flight at 3 o'clock going out. So maybe there's a flight.
It looks like their flight is 4 o'clock out of Kelowna, but we've got a bit of a drive, an hour and 15 to get to the airport, roughly.
Yeah.
And that's if you can get over the Kelowna Bridge, if there's no issues there, then West Kelowna Bridge. And
Yeah, 12:45 our time right now.
yeah.
Halfway through the game.
So with BJ throwing, this will be a blank end. He's going to throw this one through. Only have one sweeper just to keep it clean. So we have a blank in the 4th. So after 4 ends, we have no score, and we'll be right back.
For over 20 years, Grizzly Excavating has been the Okanagan's trusted choice for civil construction, excavation, trucking, and aggregate supply. From site prep to hydro excavation, Grizzly does the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Proud sponsor of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic, Grizzly Excavating, services you can trust. Visit grizzlyx.com.
I don't remember.
Top 8.
And welcome back to the championship final of the 2025 Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. We're just starting the 5th end. We've had the first 4 ends in this game blanked. Team Carruthers skipped by BJ Nufeld.
Okay, you got room.
Still has started
Mine's
with
good.
the hammer, and obviously with 4 blank ends has retained the
Bit of
hammer.
room. Bit of room.
But the first rock of this end thrown
always use
up
curl.
by the Van Amsterdam lead, Parker
well,
Conchu. They threw the center guard,
Yeah, you can
and
curl
now
it. Mine's not
we
terrible.
have Connor Nevigan throwing the intern
back
come
east.
around.
Back 4, back east. Curl. Curl, 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 curl. Right, Con.
A little bit deeper than he would like, Blaine. That's slid in behind the tee line. I think the line was pretty close, and Van Amsterdam's elected to go on the aggressive here and just play the out-turn draw down to it.
Not quite the amount of curl that we seen yesterday.
Mine's
he's taking
good, yep.
4.5 feet of ice there.
Hold it.
And
Parker
a lot of it
Conchu.
was late finish.
Yeah, Parker Conchu. This one's quite a ways out, Blaine.
Curl, curl,
They're
curl,
going to have
curl.
to carve this one in. Jason Ginter trying to get that rock to move as much as he can. Looks like it's going to be right down to that back blue one.
Good. Yeah.
Still getting a little bit, they're getting a little bit fooled. I think both
Round the
teams,
button.
not as much curl as they're anticipating.
That's 15-1.
That was a 15-1 as Evan communicated with the front end, how fast
Okay,
that
whoa,
one
whoa,
was.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Clean. Room.
Connor playing the intern.
Room,
freeze.
room. Just for weight. Wait. Mine's good.
Sweepers like the
Mine's
weight.
good if the weight's good. Real close. Straight. 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 Straight.
Trying to get down right on top
Hard
of that
Kyle.
red one.
Hard Kyle. Good. Chuck, on.
Shannon, good
15:06.
shot by Connor. It's one of the things, Blaine, when Connor threw that first intern, yes, he slid a bit deep, but whenever you get players of this caliber that they can throw the exact same shot 2 times in a row, the chances are, I'd say 9 out of 10 times they're gonna make it better the second time.
Absolutely.
Okay, hard then. Line's good. Hard then. Gotta go.
And Amsterdam second,
Hard
Jason
then.
Ginter playing
Gotta
the
go.
out-turn freeze.
Yeah, this is looking like it's going to be light.
It is
Maybe onto the guard.
very light.
Okay.
I think maybe they were listening to me playing because I had said just an end ago, every miss I've seen for draws has been
Was
heavy.
on the heavy side.
And that's the first one we've seen on the light
Top
side.
button.
And I don't think it would be, and I didn't get a time on that, it wouldn't be that the ice has changed. I think that was just a straight underthrow by Jason Ginter.
BJ calling for just a freeze onto his own.
Yeah. Kyle Doring throwing the intern draw.
Yeah, line's good. Bit of room.
Glad to see a few more rocks in play this end. Make
Yes.
things a little more exciting for the people at home.
Whoa.
Front end saying it's a little,
Line's good.
they're saying back 4, so
Freeze
they're
it.
thinking
Yep,
it's a little
yep.
heavy, but it's starting to come down for them now.
Great two.
The line
Slow
looks
then.
great.
Slow then. Line's perfect.
Great shot by Kyle Doring. Exactly what
15-3.
BJ called.
Things
We wanna
setting up
run it.
well for BJ here with the hammer.
Yes, exactly.
Best is this one. Then they still said 2 and loop again.
Listen into the strategy here that Evan and the rest of his team are talking about. Either they were
Okay.
talking about
Sure.
intern draw freeze or the run back, and it looks like they've elected to play the run back, run one of their red ones.
Trade
back
low,
into-
trade high with the intern. Doesn't matter. Whatever you like. Okay, trade high. Yep. Yes. 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 No, don't stop.
They move some around.
Tough break. He unlocked the things there, but left up those 2 guards and left the 3 rocks still
We're seeing just like top 8.
in play.
Just over curled a bit. If they would have nutted it right back there, they would have been quite a
He
bit
can
happier.
freeze this back one and be second. So it kind of love to be.
If you're throwing another run back. They're throwing,
Stop
they're
it.
throwing 4 run backs. Try to connect on one. Not blue one coming back.
I'm sure Evan will be looking to run something back into
Yes.
into this pile wherever.
Yeah, I think so. And BJ's asked Kyle to sort of replicate the
good.
shot he had just thrown.
Line
The
good,
intern,
clean.
the intern moves a little
Clean.
bit, but it's pretty gradual.
Yep. Yep.
Sweepers liking the weight.
Hard line. Hard line.
A little tight on the guard. Catlin Schneider
Hard. Okay, just go for depth.
Up high.
Whoa.
a very good shot here.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Evan's looking at just playing the freeze down to that one, and I believe, Blaine, they can get second
It's like
shot.
you throw back button and if the line's good, you bump this a little bit, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think they'd be happy with the freeze here. The scary thing is if you throw for back button and you just chip off it and roll out to the open, then you're in really big trouble. So I think they'd be happy with a freeze on this one. I know that he said back button. I think if you're sweeping it as a front end player, I think you would err on the side of freezing. You do not want to oversweep this and just chip off. What a ways out there right now.
Curl.
Now it was Konshu's second rock that slid a little deep behind the tee line. That's kind of started this mess. So one simple miss, similar to that. That's that can be picked out.
14-2.
I think what BJ's thinking though, if you don't freeze right there where he's tapping the broom, that's exactly where the Van Amsterdam team is going to go. They're going to freeze.
We're
right
second.
There.
This is second.
And as you mentioned, these guys are good. That normally you won't see two misses in a row in the same shot. So.
No. And if you look at if they, like in that case there, if Van Amsterdam's team would have made that freeze onto the one on the top button, they would have been second shot and would have put them in pretty good position. Intern draw by Captain Schneider.
Mine's good. Mine's good. Mine's really good. Bit of room.
Thinks it needs a bit for weight.
Just for weight. Go then. Mine's good. Hard, Kyle. Hard, Kyle.
Both going to go now to try and drag
Hard,
this as far
Kyle.
as they
Far
can
as it
get.
goes. Far as it goes. Whoa.
It's going to take a couple good shots from Van Amsterdam to hold DJ down to 1 or 2.
Yeah. I think they could still get around that blue one and go right there, Blaine.
Both are good.
So
The thing is, we go there, they're going to go there to sit too, though. I hear you.
So they must,
Are we
must
okay
be
to
saying
make
that
this
Red
really
is sitting
good
second
so
shot.
Them still sit too?
It looks pretty close.
Yeah, it looks pretty close. If the camera,
You can make
it looks to me like blue is second,
this?
but it's so close, Blaine. It's hard for us to tell
all
from here.
move.
No, but as Evan just said, that
That would be pretty good.
BJ could draw around to that back red one to sit 2.
Yes.
Yeah, if you hit half, it's probably pretty
Or
close.
sit 3 if
to
you bump it a half inch.
this one
Exactly.
moving too. And everything's behind the tee line. A little thinner than a half. You'd hate to you hate to be here and then they just do this at 3 and then we're. Yeah, I think you smash this. I think you hit like a third and get this all spinning. 100%, yeah.
Interesting.
Looking to try and bail a bit.
Yes. So they're going to try and hit about a third of that blue one that they can see. They can probably see, half to 3/4 of it, but they're only trying to hit about a third of it. They think it'll then tick off the other one in the top 12 and come back on and get the one in the house.
He's got to hit pretty much what he sees.
Yeah, I think he might be trying to tick off the one there first.
The one on the right-hand side.
Whoa.
Center line.
Whoa!
A little bit shaky delivery
Girl.
by Jeremy Hardy there. A lot thinner than a third. Actually,
Pretty good outcome.
yeah, ended up pretty good. Sort of how I throw them, Blaine. Sometimes it doesn't look pretty, but the result ends up good, and then sometimes I think I threw it pretty and I don't get any results. So, yeah, I think they'll be pretty happy with that.
No
That's,
more 8
Yeah, place the button's good.
it's good to see Evan with a sense of humor saying no more 8-ender anyway.
Yeah. I know. I'm like, now we're in it.
So they're going to have options both turns now. So out turn draw, in turn draw when Evan comes to shoot. Catlin Schneider with his second rock. They're going to try and come right in with the in turn.
Mine's good. Bit of room.
Still gotta make a good shot here, though.
Bit of room. Bit of room.
I think Catlin will probably get more curl than the other
Mine's
guys.
good.
Doesn't throw quite as much rotation as
sweep it.
the
Curls
other
in.
guys on this team.
Still has to curl a bit.
This one should finish pretty good for him.
Whoa. Yep, curl, 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 curl,
There
curl.
it goes. That's fully underneath.
Hit that a
Good
lot. I
shot
think
by
he
Calvin
might
Schneider.
Yeah.
You seen how much he got by the guard by there, Blaine, and fully buried. So Evan Van Amsterdam's going to try to follow Catlin down, and he did talk about, even if we can just
Bring it to the
Throw
nose
it
and
back
back
4
four.
weight.
yeah, just try to move the blue one a bit.
He got past the guard
Just
bar.
just to unlock that back blue one.
Yeah.
If he can push it for a third shot
Weight will
or
be
a
so
fourth shot.
exactly. Weight will be so important here. If you're, if you happen to throw back 8, it's not going to curl for you, and you're probably just going to chip off that blue one, or you might even miss it altogether. So weight has to be bang on. Sweepers are saying back 8, which is more than they wanted.
And hanging out a bit, so they're trying to curve it over a bit.
And you see that rotation he's got, that'll never curl like Catlin's did.
Danger.
Yeah, that's big danger. Yeah, see, that was a 1440 there. That was like back 8
Man,
weight.
it's there if we just take way less ice. With that weight, like,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's gonna have to run this, I think.
Yeah, I think that wing was just through the house.
Yeah. Yeah, BJ can put another blue one right on top of those.
He's probably gonna have to run this.
It's going to have to be a run. Yeah, that's the only option. You won't have another shot.
I mean, this might spin over top. It might work out pretty good for him, but like I wonder if in absolute perfect world, I'm like just shot over this. If we're to it, we're to it.
Wasn't like a bug.
But
Was it full through?
I was there for the tag.
We were trying to hit second last week.
I wouldn't take last. I think that's. Yeah, I think that's close enough. Yeah, like 16.
There's no always
16
if you plant it, it's
Just to remind everybody what's at stake in this game here in the championship game. The total purse is $100,000 with first place going to the winner of this game, $25,000, and second place $18,000. Third and fourth paid $10,000, and fifth through eighth in the playoffs $62.50. And they also had a $200 per win.
Yeah, that's right.
So BJ going 5-0, he was $1,200 richer after that. So could be a good payday for these both of these teams.
room fitting up there.
So BJ throwing the intern draw. They're trying to come right down to the 2 in the 4 foot. Got a lot of room right now. Sweepers are communicating its top 4 weight.
Line looks pretty good. Maybe just a little heavier than they
A little
wanted.
bit on the heavy side. But still, makes it pretty tough for Evan Van Amsterdam without running something in.
Get rid of two.
It's pretty hard to limit a multi-point score by
If it
BJ
kills the
Nufloors.
3, I don't mind it because it's
Yeah, you could
if the
just
3 goes.
you could just hit that one, Blaine, and you're probably going to get rid of 2. You might.
I think that one that BJ just threw is going to end up back into the pot
It
there with
is,
those 2
yeah.
red ones.
I agree.
You might be able to get rid of the 2 on the left-hand side of
Close. I think it touches it.
center
It's
line.
just going to
Yeah, I would
go
agree.
far enough back, and is this situation going to be okay? Like you almost don't want to kill this one. And he knows hit's no good either. Like
running anything back into those blues is probably jamming on the red. So
Yeah. I think best case scenario, Blaine, if he can get rid of 2 of the
if
blues.
it touches 3, it's fine. Like it's a good.
And,
It's the right shot.
I think in the end.
Like we're kind of hoping this just plants here.
Yeah.
This goes. It's a draw for 2.
Right. Yeah, and that's what I was thinking. If he can limit
And if
the
it doesn't
damage
go,
to only
then-
2, they'd be pretty happy right now.
Yeah, it's a draw for 3.
just that extra 3-4 feet
angles,
of
everything
weight
goes
that
into
BJ
this
had
one.
on the last one. He didn't quite get the late finish curl.
No.
I think just open this.
If he had and froze to the top of his one sitting on the button there, Van Amsterdam would be in
Pretty
a whole
confident
lot
goes
of
over the top.
trouble here.
Yeah, you got a bit of a break there by BJ's hanging out.
Okay. Okay.
So they're
What,
going to
you
play.
think it's thinner better?
They're going to play peel weight. Try and probably hit a quarter of that outside blue one.
There'd be a rocket coming down.
Yeah, it won't be control weight, that's for sure. So Evan Van Amsterdam, peel weight. Try and hit about a quarter of a rock here.
Yes. Yes.
Regularly tight out of his hand.
Oh, that's bad.
That's bad. Yep.
Real bad.
Yeah,
There's a shot potentially for 4 here.
yeah, he was just really tight out of his hand, really tight.
Yeah, I'm seeing like
So they ended up hitting about 3/4, and they want to hit about a quarter.
I can't really roll. Can't really mess it up.
Just
roll it.
listening
Not
to what
great.
what he's thinking here.
Trying to figure out what he could do.
Well, I think it's a safe shot is certainly just tap for 3. But there is a potential.
I think they'll go for the
4.
double for 4,
Yeah.
which they are with where the broom's taken there. So they're not anticipating this will be his.
Yeah, I think that's good.
He could actually make the
normal.
shot, just right on the nose, even if he just touches the edge of that blue and
Yeah.
I think this
come off,
Yeah, I think this
make the double.
They've elected to throw normal at this plane, and I thought that they might just throw more of
Give
a
me a
control,
shade left.
allow the sweepers to manipulate the rock a bit more.
Yeah,
but
right in the middle.
They've elected, and you're right. If he's just off the nose on the broom side, it may just tick off that blue one in the back 4 and still
catch
on.
the back red one.
Yeah. So I think he's got a little bit of room for error here. Comes in turn normal weight for BJ. I think they like.
Yep. Whoa. Yep.
And that's a great shot by BJ Nelfeld. So
4-ender.
yeah, 4-ender.
We're just
so
1 in later.
yeah, exactly. So after 5 ends, the score is 4-0 for Team Carruthers Nufloors over Team Amsterdam. We'll be right back.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Right on the tee. Line's good.
Welcome back to the 2025 Penticton Nufloors. Just seen Team Carruthers score a 4-ender with the hammer
Yep.
in
Right to stop.
N5,
Right to
putting
stop.
them up 4-0.
Take a shot. 15-5-7.
BJ going for the first rock into the 4-foot or into the house. And Van Amsterdam will be throwing corners, trying to get some junk up front. Hopefully try and score a 2 or 3 here to get back into this game a little bit. this is just an 8-end game, unlike the slams where they're a 10-end game, but with a 4-0 lead and 4 ends to go.
Yeah, I mean, I don't hate that if you like it.
Yeah, 4 ends to go.
Okay. It's like kind of back 8-ish weight.
Sorry, 3 ends to go. It's going to be a little
I see.
uphill battle for Van
Yeah,
Amsterdam.
if you really like it, go ahead. Go like hacked.
So Blaine, I just noticed
That
on
look good?
the Mouat Dunstone game, it is 3-3
Trying to
within
hit
that game. I didn't get a
probably
chance to see
in
what
half.
end it was or who had a hammer, but for our audience that's watching out there, if they're trying to keep track of both games, that's a 3-3 game, and that's the Grand Slam final. Men's final is taking place in Lake Tahoe.
Thanks, Kelly. I had the game taped.
Well, that's okay. I didn't know you guys, maybe at your age you still use tape. I record things. I don't have a VCR anymore. Well, the game's not over yet, Blaine.
No, okay. I'll just go from about the 6th end on.
Yeah, it's probably about, it might even be, 6th, 7th end, 7th end. So I should mention our game sponsors again, Blaine. Nufloors, who is also the game sponsor, but also the title sponsor for this event, and Canadian Tire in Penticton. Thank you to these sponsors for being today's game sponsors, and as I mentioned, Nufloors is the title sponsor of this event. So BJ is going to try to keep this being the 6th end, and these are only 8-end games. He's going to try and keep this as simple as possible.
This is a good shot too again. Back 8.
With the no-tick rule and the free guard zone, it does make it a little bit tougher to keep it totally clean, but with the big weight ability of these teams, they can make double peels and that usually keep it fairly open.
You got a bit of room.
And BJ would have no problem if he gave up a single or even a deuce here. It wouldn't be a big concern going into the 7th end up 2 with hammer.
Straight. Great shot. Very nicely done.
Just a bump back by Kyle Doring. And the Van Amsterdam team will just ignore that, and they're just going to play the in-turn draw around the corner guard.
The BJ was just trying to get a little bit of a roll and try and close off that corner guard, the access to the corner guard. But I believe he's still got room to come in around that.
Yep.
Jason Ginter with the in-turn draw.
Yes.
And this is where we've seen more curl from the inside out,
exactly.
Towards the wings. There's been, so he's actually getting a lot more curl than anticipated. But
BJ's going to take that back as far as he can get it. Might even came out the other side, Blaine.
You either rip it out or give that double a go.
yeah, I believe it's
Might even be almost fully exposed.
Yeah.
But they don't want to stick around back there. They'll just try to peel this out. This won't be control weight. They'll be throwing normal to peel weight. Probably, as we mentioned before, it'll be probably 9 or even maybe harder than that, 9-second hog to hog. It looks like he's throwing peel weight.
Yep.
So it's probably more the way Kyle can throw is probably more like 6.5 seconds. And they'll just peel that rock out.
I think you're throwing the same weight. I'll give you more ice just to kind of make a pocket here.
Evan has asked for the same shot, and as he said, just take a bit more ice. If he rubs off the blue one, that's okay.
You know, Van Amsterdam's been here many times before, and I think this is the first time that he's been in a final here.
Yes.
Yeah, I know for sure they were here last year, Blaine. I remember doing one of their games last year.
Keep going.
Right.
Keep going. Okay.
Team Carruthers has been here many times.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if they've won it before or not.
Yeah, I don't think so, Blaine, but I'm not positive on that.
Wait.
So BJ's got the broom down, out turn hit. This will run very, very straight, and he's got Catlin Shire. They'll be throwing his peel weight and just trying to peel that out.
Whoa, whoa.
Pretty still a little
Yep,
more weight.
yep.
Nice, like,
Clean, just
He
clean.
likes the throw. And just make contact and roll out. And looks like Evan is going to play the exact same shot. Ask Jeremy Hardy to throw that in turn around the corner.
Taking a little more ice.
Yeah, taking a little more ice. Just try to get it fully buried.
yeah, and even if you just make that, that's okay.
Or are they playing?
Oh,
Okay,
no,
easy.
No, they're going to play hit and roll.
a hit and roll. Surprised by that a little bit?
I am a little bit surprised. I thought they would try to get one, just given the score, and they're going to have to take risks here, Blaine. It's when you're down 4 and you're playing the 6th end, you are going to have to take some fairly substantial risks to try to get back in the game. And this year is probably a bit more of a conservative call, but
Yeah, BJ be happy just to get
Yep.
to force
Oh, yeah.
Van Amsterdam into one, and then hammer each. Pretty good control of the game.
yeah, he'd be really happy to force him to one. I think even if BJ gave up a deuce, he wouldn't
Good
be
try.
totally upset playing the 7th end, 2 up with hammer.
Nose is pretty good.
You're going to win the vast majority of your games.
Yeah, nose is
in that
good.
position.
Gonna maybe try that. It's a pretty short double. See, like normal? Nose is good. I mean, this is really good too if you were to roll big to here. But I think just nose is good, Cat.
Catlin Schneider, in turn hit.
Putting the broom
Clean.
right in the middle of the
Well,
rock, almost
well,
where he wants to hit
Clean.
it.
Yep. Yep. Really hard.
He's starting to move on them, Blaine.
Really hard. Let's see what this does.
Turned out pretty good.
Turned out pretty good, yeah.
Yep. Not bad.
No, we should see Van Amsterdam freeze there, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to play the in-turn freeze. They know this line well. They've played it a couple times already.
Pretty good.
Jeremy Hardy, or pardon me, Jason Ginter playing the in-turn freeze.
Taking quite a bit more ice than where he was before.
Yes, he is. Nice clean release.
Room.
Sweepers seem to like the weight right now.
No, clean. Yep. Wait only.
Once this gets all across the line, this will break pretty hard.
Hard, full 8 foot, guys, hard.
You're going to have to go hard
Yeah,
for
that
weight.
Hard.
Yeah, this minimum weight. That was a 16.60 Blaine.
Yeah, got a biter out of it.
Yes, they did.
First, I would just re-guard it.
BJ's talking about just ignoring that one that they just threw and just throwing a straight
16-6.
guard.
Maybe tries to throw this.
I heard Evan confirm. I guess I got the time right. He said 16-6, and that's what I got too. So, just underthrown by Jason. You know, now when they're playing the sweepers, probably the first half were just sort of cleaning it. I think they thought it had more too. They didn't sort of get on it till the end.
But if I ever hit that,
Yeah, I don't know if they're doing split times, you know, from the
yeah, I guess
back of the house to hog line.
Yeah.
A lot
Yeah,
of
that's what we're
these
talking
guys will, you know,
Yeah.
they can tell just, they
Yeah.
look at
Well,
it, they can
if
tell,
you can see
you
lots
know,
of
where the
rock,
weight's
it's
at.
just getting
I
it
find a
enough
lot
to
of
go
teams
over
now
there.
don't do split times at this level. They rely. You hear the communication is almost always hog to hog, and the great thing about hog to hog is you learn from every shot that's thrown.
Right.
Where you're doing a split, if you're doing it for the opposing team, you don't know if they've extended, they've knee dragged, they've slowed themselves down.
They
and
push, they pull.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
it's
don't
only
know.
two
Where a
right
hog
there.
to hog is
Right
always
guard,
is
just
always a
really
true
getting that.
time, and you learn something from every shot.
I guess then I'm running it back or I'm playing a thin double off of that. Like super, like razor thin.
Yeah.
That's still the guard.
Almost see no competitive teams use split times anymore.
Stop the slash. gonna throw the run back.
What's that?
Make it.
Yeah,
Try
2-3
picking it
feet
up
even,
and-
if line's really good.
But then
PJ getting the jacket off. I was wondering with the Manitoba guys, I'm looking at BJ's sliding broom, and it's an old corn broom. Obviously, the end's cut off. It looks like it's
taped up.
taped in black duct tape. Or what do they do if they lose that? Like, I don't even know if can you buy a corn broom anymore. I don't think so.
I know I have a couple hanging on my walls.
They might be valuable someday,
Yeah.
Blaine. You better hang on to them.
Exactly.
I think biting's okay.
It's a little bit tighter than what they had called for. They were saying 2 to 3 feet out. So it is a little bit tighter than they asked for. Not terrible, though. I guess, Blaine, if you make the double here, and if something happens that BJ makes an error, you might have a shot at a deuce. If you hit that one just off nose, and BJ happens to, because you're going to be in the rings, right? So you're going to be second and third if you can make that double. Right now.
But he would just might leave a double for BJ there. But
Run, wow.
if he makes the double here, he's going to be
roll under double.
right.
Yeah, unless you can make it on the center line side and make it this way and roll
Yeah,
back
make a
into
double
the
and roll under.
Then you might roll over a little bit and push that out of the rings because it's barely in the rings. So any kind of, if you're throwing, unless you're throwing a control weight or a hack weight.
I think he thinks that they're going to just roll underneath it. I think he doesn't think they're going to push out the red. So we'll see.
He's throwing like a normal weight hit.
Got to curl a long ways.
Yeah, I would
Way-
say the same
way too
spot is
thin.
probably good. Like same depth even.
And BJ's going to try and replace. He'll be throwing the intern guard. I think it'd be, as he mentioned, he's fine
guess
with it
same
being
depth is good.
in the exact same spot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Well,
he'd
yeah, I mean,
like this
same depth, I think it's perfect.
probably
Right,
just
that
a
makes sense.
foot or two higher.
Sorry, Matt.
I think line will be the key if he's
Yeah, there's going to be no blue double.
no line will be the key if he's a foot short or just biting into the rings. He won't have any problem with that. It's just get the line right and make it pretty tough for Evan Van
line's
Amsterdam
good.
with his last shot.
So I'm sure at the start of this end, BJ was hoping
hard
to
line.
force him to one, and I think that's where this is going.
Okay, line's getting close.
And it's going to be a tough shot for Van Amsterdam to get his one.
Just out of the house.
This one might be just
I think great shot because that
over curled just a little bit, but
if he's got the out turn draw,
he's
taking
gonna-
taking a lot of risks there.
yeah.
The tickle.
I think you almost have to, like the chance of making that, just tick off that one and then making that double for your two is, it's a very low percentage shot, but just given the scoreboard and given where we are in the game, he's going to take it on right here by the outturn hit. He'll be throwing full hit weight at this, and he's trying to hit very little of the red one and redirect onto the blue one in the top four and hit the top side of that and then over onto the other blue one that's half an 8 foot, half in the 12 foot, and then bring that top biter into play and score his deuce.
So if BJ would have come just full top 12, I don't think there would have been a triple there, and it would certainly alleviate potentially making this shot.
Yeah. It's a
This wouldn't be
very low percentage shot. It is there, but very low percentage. Close. He's close.
Oh! Great shot.
Great shot.
Yeah.
Ended up only being one, but what a fantastic attempt by Evan Van Amsterdam. So after 6 ends, we have a 4-1 game in Team Carruthers, and we'll be right back.
For over 20 years, Grizzly Excavating has been the Okanagan's trusted choice for civil construction, excavation, trucking, and aggregate supply. From site prep to hydro excavation, Grizzly does the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Proud sponsor of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic, Grizzly Excavating, services you can trust. Visit grizzlyx.com.
And welcome back to the championship final of the 2025 Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. I'm Kelly Muskoway, joined today by Blaine Black, and we're proud to bring this final of the Nufloors Penticton Classic to you. We have Team Carruthers skipped today by BJ Neufeld against Team Evan Van Amsterdam of Edmonton in the final. Playing the seventh end. Great shot last end by Evan Van Amsterdam to score his one. He did have an opportunity for a two, took on a really tough shot and got his single. So it's 4-1 in favor of Team Carruthers playing the seventh end.
Yeah, I think he needed the last one just a hair thinner, and he might have been able to stick that.
Yeah, it was a tough shot, and like we said, Blaine, I think very low percentage, and given the point in the game we were at and given the score, he had to take that on, and a great attempt.
If they want to take it and leave 2 cards, that's fine. Okay, that's fine.
So Team Amsterdam throwing up the center guard. As Blaine mentioned earlier, we are playing the no-tick rule, and the no-tick rule is when any portion of the rock is touching the center line, they cannot move that off there. So BJ Neufeld and his lead, Connor Nevigan, will just ignore that, and they'll play the internal draw around that center guard.
Good.
Gives us an opportunity to give a shout out to the team sponsors. And Team Van Amsterdam, they've got various different sponsors that help them get along the road here with help cover some of the expenses and stuff. So shout out to Mountain View Safety, Boston Pizza Westmount, Papley Drilling, Selkirk Forms, NLSS, and Goal Line Hardline. Curling Supplies.
Okay, you can go. Mine's good. Whoa,
And Team Carruthers sponsors are still Oceoco Metals, Hardline as well, Remax Performance, CXRO Photography, and Granite Curling Club.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Blaine, without the great support of sponsors, not only for events but also for teams, a lot of these teams wouldn't be in a position to be able to travel.
Yeah.
Like we had teams for this event here from all the way from every province from Ontario West, and also teams from Switzerland, Japan, and Scotland.
Right.
And it's very important that they get the support of the local community. So if you have a chance, as Blaine mentioned, a number of the team sponsors, if you get a chance to support any of these, please do, and really helps with the getting the sponsors back year after year. So here we are in the seventh end. As I mentioned, the score is 4-1 in favor of Team Carruthers, skipped by BJ Neufeld this weekend. Carruthers team does have Hammer 3 up playing 7, so they're in fantastic shape, and BJ will be trying to keep this end as simple as possible.
The line's fine.
It's one of those where you're at a point where even scoring, obviously a blank would be his preference, but even scoring a single point puts him in really good position.
Still like the end?
Yeah, and as we mentioned there, these are 8-end games, not 10-end games. So, Van Amsterdam's got to put some pressure on here and try and steal 1 or 2, and again try and steal
Queen.
8th end as well.
Yes. And unlike the Grand Slam events, if these are tied after 8 ends, that is a full extra end. It isn't a draw to the button to determine the winner.
Shot.
So Evan will just try to continue to replace and throw up the center guard. hopefully make. He's hoping that he'll make BJ have a tough shot in the end and possibly steal a point or two, and then take your chances coming home. Blaine, you mentioned the team sponsors and how important they are to these teams to support them to be able to travel to events. I also want to mention our game sponsors for today's game, Nufloors, who is a game sponsor, but also the title sponsor for this event, so Nufloors Penticton and also Canadian Tire. Thank you to both of them for sponsoring this game. I think this end here for the next number of rocks will be center guard and up, and then peel, and then center guard and peel, and that'll continue on here for the next few rocks. Catlin Schneider, third for Team Carruthers this weekend, throwing the intern peel.
Okay.
By Catlin.
Yeah, we won't see a lot of rocks in play.
No.
BJ's got a plane to catch it fairly early here in Kelowna, 4 o'clock. So
yeah, I think they've all got flights to catch, and I think some of them I heard they had their flights maybe changed, so they do have a bit more time. But I think there's still a couple of them maybe that do have some tight flight connections here to get back home.
Like if he taps hair high side bumps it to be shot, it's a bit of a tricky score, right? Right, but even yeah, right.
BJ and Connor talking about looking ahead a couple shots, what they might want to do.
Whoa, curl.
Just got it.
I mean, yeah. I was thinking you kind of just go tighter.
Not sure what would have happened if you would have got by it.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
that's fine.
Would have missed. Okay.
BJ and Kyle talking about if Catlin would have missed that altogether and wouldn't have ticked that guard, what would have happened back behind. Kyle was just communicating with him and would have missed everything. So
Well, if he passes really good, or he shot rock, how do we score? Right.
So with this next rock, just be throwing a guard, and then I think with the final rock, they'll be playing the red onto blue and make BJ look at 2 with his last rock. So straight intern guard by Evan Van Amsterdam. Van Amsterdam team playing out of the Garrison, Thistle, and Saville curling clubs in Edmonton.
Girl.
Ranked 38th in the world, Team Van Amsterdam. Team Carruthers ranked 22nd in the world. Both of these teams, this will help their ranking position, Blaine. Just be a number of points that they'll gather from this event, finishing in the semifinal and final. And as Blaine's mentioned before, the winning team will take home the first place prize of $25,000. The second place team will take home $18,000, and that's out of a total purse of $100,000.
Same ice.
Some of the other teams that took home, good paychecks this weekend, Blaine, was Team Stalker from Switzerland. They took home $6,250. Team De Jong, I believe they're from Victoria, Blaine. They took home $6,250.
De Jong, BC, defending BC champions.
Right. Team Bryce from Scotland, they took home $6,250, and Team Scott Howard from Ontario, they took home $6,250. And then for the semifinal losers, Team Kui and Team Maeda Team Maeda is out of Japan, Team Kevin Kui from Calgary. They each took home a nice payday of $10,000 each.
Plus their pay for wins.
Yes, plus pay per win, $200 per win.
Hard cat.
Oh. That wasn't what BJ had called for, so...
He's throwing up his center guard on that.
Yeah, throwing up the center guard and hoping for a steal. BJ's still in great shape, even if he gives up a steal one here. He's still 2 up coming home with hammer, and I think if somebody would have told him, Blaine, at the start of this event or this game that you're going to be 2 up coming home with hammer playing in the final,
he'd be pretty happy.
He'd be pretty happy with that.
Us, on the other hand.
So playing intern guard. And BJ will have a choice. You know, if this is a tight guard, you'll have a choice. Well, do I just play the run back and try and get the blank, or do I just draw to the 4 foot and get my 1? So there'll be decision time for BJ. This one's a long ways out there, though.
Yeah, it's got a long ways to grow. It looks a little bit tighter than probably what he would have wanted.
Bounce
It
it.
doesn't want to come in. Oh. No mistake.
Yeah, that's a big mistake.
Holy moly.
Now he's got
And
the
pull the out turn.
nose hit double for
Yeah.
1.
Sorry, guys.
Well, just give me a bit of room.
There might even be a blank opportunity here,
More.
Blaine.
Yeah.
It'll be close. I think there is a blank opportunity,
Yeah,
but
he'll be playing the out turn.
Yeah.
You know, 7/8 of a rock is a blank.
Well, even a blank, yeah.
yeah, blank even if he gets 1, he's not going to be upset. But there is a blank opportunity here. Be throwing peel weight. BJ Neufeld in the hack. Out turn.
Curl. Curl.
A little bit on the wide side. I think he just got the 1, so that will be a steal 1 for Team Amsterdam. So after 7 complete ends, the score is 4-2, and we'll be right back.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Welcome back to the championship final of the 2025 Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. We're live here at the Penticton Curling Club in beautiful South Okanagan, British Columbia. We have Team Van Amsterdam from Edmonton, Alberta against Team Carruthers, skipped by BJ Neufeld this weekend in playing the 8th end, with Team Carruthers leading 4-2, coming home with Team Carruthers having hammer. Blaine, it's been an interesting game. It was pretty straightforward. The first 4 ends they were blanked, and then in the 5th end, Team Carruthers, BJ Neufeld, cracked a big 4-ender, which totally changed the complexion of this game and put them ahead, and they've led ever since. So we're going to see some rocks in play. Team Van Amsterdam through the long center guard with their first one. And they are going to throw a tight center guard. They'll try and come around that one and touch the center line. Parker Conchu, the lead for Team Amsterdam, with the intern
Knife then.
draw guard.
Looks kind of heavy.
Trying
Okay,
to
keep going then.
knife
Keep knifing.
this rock over as far as they can get it.
Keep knifing, try to get it in. Or get it on
Jeremy
the line.
Hardy
Go, 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 go. Okay.
didn't quite get it to the center line. So they can move that rock now
Not
if they want.
You want to chip it?
Could chip it off to be a corner.
Kind of like just to the hack?
That is what they're going to attempt. So Blaine, if that rock, just with the no tick rule on anything touching the center line, if they get that rock to curl just a little bit more, then BJ wouldn't have been able to move this off the center line. But since the rock is not touching the center line, they can chip that. They can't remove it from play, but they can move it over.
Correct. Yeah.
Whoa, whoa.
Yeah.
Skip.
In the five
Whoa.
rock free guard
Skip.
zone,
Skip.
they won't be able to hit until
Hard. Whoa.
the second to last rock.
Whoa.
This is looking really close.
Very close. A little strong.
Now is that gonna?
Sorry, Connor.
Yeah.
No, that's gonna hit. So that rock will be replaced.
And the other rock comes off.
Yes. So if that rock stops
I don't
an
remember
inch,
exactly where it was.
an inch from the boards,
Was it above that or below that? Sorry?
I think they're a bit too close to the center line.
A
He's,
little further this way, I think.
yeah, you're right,
Is it
BJ. A couple of
there?
inches over.
Is that the depth? Yeah? Okay.
That's
Not sure if it's higher or lower.
I think that's getting pretty close
Yeah,
there,
that was
Blaine.
great.
So Van Amsterdam team does have the 2 rocks up, and that's what they wanted. BJ Neufeld was trying to keep that center as open as possible, given that he has hammer here in the 8th end. So second for Van Amsterdam, Jason Ginter will be throwing the
Backboard's great.
out turn, come around. This should run pretty straight, Blaine. This
Yep,
has been pretty
bingo.
straight most of this game, this out
Backboard.
turn on this side of the sheet.
Yeah, there was late finish.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, as it gets closer to the center, it's
Girl,
moving a bit
just,
more.
just Jared, yep. Go, 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 go. Good spot, really good. Sweet.
That's a good shot by Jason Ginter. And
Give this a
BJ will just ignore those, and he'll walk up and try to
3/4 high.
play the double
Or do
peel
you like the in?
on those 2 red rocks out front.
Okay,
Maybe while we have an opportunity too, we'd like to a big thank you to Kathy Jones, who was the chair for the event and has been the chair since its origin 9 years ago. Matt Tully is the vice chair.
Girl.
And,
Whoa,
so he
straight.
puts a lot of time and
Straight.
effort into this.
Straight. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Very nice. As well as Matt curled in the event, and then Chris Jones, who's our ice maker, and then has done a great job.
Good
with
come around
the
this one
ice.
too.
Dean Larson, the draw master,
Yeah.
and has put in countless hours with
Yeah.
volunteer.
And I think Dean was the co-chair this year too, for I believe the first time. So he did quite a bit more. I guess we're just looking at our tip sheet here, and it says Kathy was the chair. So, but I thought Dean was the co-chair of the event.
Yeah, well, Dean definitely put a lot of time in.
Yes, he did.
Hard line.
Looked after
Hard line.
coordinated all the volunteers.
Okay, no, actually you're fine. You're fine, you're fine. You're good, you're good, you're good. Whoa.
They loved the line of it.
As long as you're higher than it is. Yeah, nice. Good shot.
So Team Van Amsterdam has 2 rocks in play, and I think they're just hoping to make.
Probably,
'Cause that's a
I
double.
think 2/3 is really close.
They're hoping to make BJ throw his last rock in this end.
Gotta keep hoping they miss this spot. And then we
You'd be looking to slash that into the one on the center. Try and get rid of both red rocks. BJ doesn't want anything out front.
Whoa. Whoa.
That's exactly right.
Curl, 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 curl. Okay, good try.
Made it a little bit thicker.
Kyle throws that big weight so effortlessly, it just comes out of his hand.
probably, hey? That's pretty makeable, but one of those.
Going to replace that guard. So 2 schools of thought. I mean, he could draw to the other side, 4 foot, and lie 3. He's hoping for a big miss from BJ, but it also leaves the
Right.
Whoa, whoa.
And I think that's his concern. If he
Yep,
just draws
straight.
around that corner
Straight.
blue, they make that double.
We'll make the double.
Hey, that's fine. Keep going. Curl, 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 curl.
They like the line so far. Just want to get a little bit of finish here.
Hey, Jared, that's good. Good job.
A
Nathan
little
Ginter.
higher than what they wanted.
Yeah. So had to make sure they covered that inside part of the rock, which they did. I think the outside half is probably exposed. I think
Okay, 3/4.
BJ will
Good,
walk
Jared.
up and peel that again.
Yeah, he'll play that slash into the.
Yeah.
So hit 3/4 of that rock or 7/8 of that rock, and good chance to.
Yep.
Try to get the one in the back 4.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
That's close. Oh, just missed it. You know, even though Amsterdam has 2 in the rings, I think, BJ's and the whole Neufeld Carruthers team still in excellent position here, being 2 up coming home. Van Amsterdam team is going to replace that guard.
Okay, line's fine. Yep, straight. Whoa. Whoa, curl. Okay, good. Nice what?
Yeah, but Blaine, I
Three
always
quarters close to making it this way.
I always get a little laugh when each team fills out team profiles before, and they put some fun facts to know about your team. And I was just looking at Team Carruthers, and one of the things they said about their team is we're super cool. So they had a laugh about that. And then the Van Amsterdam team, one of the fun facts they put down is our team will for sure jump in the lake when we win the event. So I guess if they can score 2 here and force us to an extra end and possibly win an extra, it'd be interesting to see them jump in the lake.
It's a little chilly.
Yes.
This is where I threw that blank.
Hey guys, all the way around.
So Van Amsterdam's going to just draw to the other side, 4 foot to line 3.
I think I'd rather be above tee just to.
And then that'll allow the double.
You hit roll under it, and then like borderline drawing. So top 8's perfect.
Yeah, and then that'll allow the double for BJ to throw with his first. And then probably what Evan would do is if he makes the double and sticks it, he would have to hit that and maybe roll under, which will leave BJ a draw for the win.
Gotta go.
And we know this is an area that we've seen a lot of curl where they've over curled a bit here. So
yeah, this will finish nice for them.
Yeah, line looks good.
By the guard by quite a bit, but it's a really long guard. And this will finish. If they just keep on taking that, and that will be fully underneath.
I think they would have liked that a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Nice. One.
Go on the out.
So as I mentioned before, if BJ makes the double here and sticks, Evan Van Amsterdam will need to make the hit and roll in underneath. And if they're both buried, then BJ would have to make a draw to the full 8 for the win.
What's that? Out. This is right through that blank.
Out turn double.
In-turn probably.
Right forward.
For the recreational curlers out there, it's interesting what BJ just said. They were talking about they're throwing the out turn here, and he said it's right where I threw the blank. So even though they were just throwing a rock through the rings 2 ends ago, they're always learning from throwing a rock, even if it's not hitting another rock. It's just the only rock in play. They learn from that, so they know where to put the broom down. A little bit back on his release there. Got it, but did roll out, which will allow Evan to play the straight come around. Well, he's just going to try to go.
It goes above it. It's going to give BJ the full 8 foot to draw to.
Yeah. I guess even if he goes around it, Blaine, still, because he's up by 2. He's
up by 2.
Either way, he just has to hit the 8 foot. I guess the only thing is if you do go on top of it and BJ draws and only, just beats out the top one. Yeah. In-turn draw. Just going to try and basically replicate what he just threw. John, come down top 12 right in top of that one. The line looks a bit tighter, Blaine.
Yeah, he's going early. Start to curl early.
They are by.
He's gonna come out the other side.
You're good.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's a good shot. It'll be straight draw.
Yeah, he would have been 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, forces BJ to throw his last one. Make a good shot here.
Yeah.
Got to be a little better than full 8 foot.
Yeah, I think after the 6th end with Team Van Amsterdam being down 4-1, I think if they would have been pretty happy if they knew that they made BJ forced him to throw his last rock here.
Yeah, 56.
Or like you mentioned, he doesn't have to be full 8. He just has to be at least
bite the 8 or just an inch.
Out count that top
Right.
red one.
BJ hasn't thrown a draw for a while, but he'll be very close on this.
I'm not sure if I've seen BJ throw a draw.
Yeah,
Has he thrown a?
Just trying to think back.
The sweepers are on it early. No, just clean.
No, they're cleaning it. Looks good.
Yeah.
That's a 14.63 hog to hog, which will be perfect.
It's sliding pretty good, but it's going to stop back.
Well, that's one, and that's a win for Team Carruthers. They are the champions of the 2025 Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic. Congratulations to them. And for myself, Kelly Muskogee and Blaine Black, thank you very much for joining us today, and we look forward to seeing you in 2026.
For over 20 years, Grizzly Excavating has been the Okanagan's trusted choice for civil construction, excavation, trucking, and aggregate supply. From site prep to hydro excavation, Grizzly does the heavy lifting, so you don't have to. Proud sponsor of the Nufloors Penticton Curling Classic, Grizzly Excavating, services you can trust. Visit grizzlyx.com.